All right, first one. It's a 20 by 8, not too bad. I got the bag so that the back is a little bit higher so that I could level this thing out. Just want to go through, make sure all my lights work, and go from there. Looks like we do have lights, so not too bad for the rate that we got, even though we are deadheading a lot. I might actually make a little bit of money this week, which will be great because I spent way too much to get started. So I also want to check, make sure that this stuff's closed. I don't know why that's open. I'm gonna lock that, but other than that, truck's doing great. We're just fighting the coolant issue. I went and bought a thermostat, a 195 for the 12 valve, so that's gonna be great. Can't wait to put that in instead of the stock 180, but yeah. Gonna get out here. Here is, we kind of just screwed these in with some wood screws just so that they were there for this trip. We're gonna go get this thing washed and then probably put these things on a lot. These guys, probably the smallest, one of the smaller trailers I've ever done. No damages, don't gotta get inside of it. It's going to the port, I believe. So let's get this thing picked up. We got stuck in that. I don't know how, but yeah, so mud flaps didn't get ripped off, hopefully, yeah. So we didn't rip the mud flaps off. So it looks like I'm gonna throw some grease on that, and then we're gonna get we got the trailer. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully everything goes good. All right, we found the issue. Luckily, this will be an easy fix. So, just as I suspected, if you come down here and you see the two wires on the alternator, you can see that one of them came out. All right, picking up number 2. We were having a couple issues, so I'm gonna raise this ball quick. I had to put a jump pack on it, but probably do a walk around on this later. It is a 36-foot bumper pull. This is why you want a dually. So we got the issue with the alternator fixed, like I said, this morning. So we're gonna get the keys to pull that off and go from there. So we'll have this thing dropped in a second. We don't blow any more lines out, and that gets rid of that whole confuckery over there. So, all right, so I'm gonna show this just once. We're doing 40 miles an hour up this big. I'm actually doing it. We're doing the thermostat, putting the 195 in, and I re-sealed that. I had this turbo laying around and I stole the actuator off of it, and hopefully this one's not welded either, but hopefully it works. So, oof. Because for some reason this thing does not like this parking lot, but going over this big hump here, 4 low, picking up this guy here, so I'll go over it in a little bit at the back down, so we'll be backing up to that. All right, there we go. We got it. I miss doing these, to be honest. I like doing fifth wheels. I mean, it sucks that it's snowing, but, and it is snowing. We got all the lights to work. Did I turn my 4-ways off? No, I didn't. Good thing I checked, because I'd be driving down the road with 4-ways on. Look at the squat. Look at air to the front. There's more room in the back. This thing's not even, it's actually lifted up. No, but seriously, so I put 65 pounds in the bag, so I think this will work. Gonna see how this new hitch does. I got a plate in between for the what do you call it, the lube plate, so I got one of them. And we'll see how this thing does. And I have it in my Amazon cart. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm gonna get one of these for in the bed. You guys can see over here, this is how tires are supposed to look. Okay, we'll come back around here. There's a spare, you know, decent tread, whatnot. And then there's this. So I'm gonna get this swapped out quick. Fun. Luckily no damage. Now we got it swapped out. Up over the curb. Jack sucks. All right, we picked up our next load. 65 pounds in the bags. Bumper pull, 39 foot. Never seen one of these before. Still has the shitty tires. China bombs, but hopefully they make it and we don't have any issues. All the pressures are good. But for what it is, there is not a scratch on this thing. This thing's kind of like basic, but it's like neat at the same time. I don't know. So we were supposed to get a 39 footer, but they gave us a 36 footer instead. I'm gonna do a walk around of this thing. I gotta grab the battery when we get there and bring it back. We're gonna be doing like 12 more of these. So pay is pretty decent on these, but kind of weird. So finally, the other day, China bombs, check the pressures in them, got the mud flaps installed slowly. All right, so it's dark. You guys probably can't see me. We're doing a pre-trip. We're having some issues with some lights. All right, well, here it is. I thought we were going to get a boat. Apparently not. So this thing is going to Delaware. You go over this thing. I don't know if they have keys or title or anything. He ain't paying enough to deal with that. Go over this whole thing. I guess the tires are inflated. Check, see how good those are. Put a plate on it. It's got a spare tire somehow. Look at this thing. Oof. Nice. So, let's see how this thing does. Looks like the tires are good. There's the camper. I'm gonna leave it here for the night, and then we're gonna come back and pick it up in the morning. So, just get this thing dropped. Hopefully nobody steals it, and go from there. There's the boat. Not too bad. I just got to put a tag on it. That's what he got stopped for, is no license plate. Seems to be a popular ordeal today. So I guess I'm gonna hook up to this. I got to get my 2-inch ball out. Nice. Well, I found out what happened to these. So lighting is a pain in the ass. All right, we got the headlights working. Yeah, so get my tag. Oh, man. It's like 54 degrees outside, and look at all the salt and the mud. So this thing got a beating, but it's dropped. Luckily, no flat tires somehow. So, all right, well, I'm gonna show you guys what's going on, and I have a topic for you guys. Cover the numbers here. You guys can see this will be in one of the future videos, but we have a 15-some thousand pound camper here, and I kind of want to go over tonight the reason why well, anything power only, basically, not just campers, RV transport, or whatever you guys want to call it. So now I want to go over another con with you guys. So you guys can see I have a gooseneck rail in the bed. This is all stuff for the customer, so that's why that's all trash. It looks like trash, it's not. So all of this is like neatly done. Well guys, I guess it's time to show you what is going on. And this is why I like to work the early shift. Look at that. They're all fighting for spots. I got this one way earlier. So I got the rotor here. I got the dually. There we go. Wheel bearing. We got a caliper. Oh, look at that. Somewhere in there, there's broken parts. Now the funny thing is, I usually check this carrier bearing religiously because of the issues that I've had. I checked it before I made this trip and everything. We're gonna do our pre-trip this morning. Every bulb on the passenger side, and since the cab lights were run to the passenger side. All right, so this is where we're dropping it. Had to blindside the hell out of it. Oh, we got it. Make sure there's no damages. Taking our pictures now. This one's pretty decent, and it's plated. Should be registered, I'll ask. So we're gonna go get new tires. Nice. Yeah, I don't think those would have made it. 14-inch, and then none of the lights, none of the marker lights on the front and the 5 on the back work. Well, 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 it begins. So, coupled these. The earliest I've gone off duty in a while. It's like 2 o'clock, 2:30, something like that. And I went to back this into a parking spot somewhere over there. And okay, so you can see I've been only here for a couple seconds. But my oil pressure gauge, this thing is a lifesaver. I noticed I was losing oil pressure. You can see what's going on here. Ton of oil down in there. But also a new exhaust, so we'll be able to bring that out the back. There is salt everywhere, nothing broken back there, luckily. Someone tell me why those are flickering. Every one of them. Tail lights, both side markers, license lights, the back. I cleaned up under here. So now we got this hung. I gotta go put this on the hitch. This is to stop the chatter. We got more Milwaukee tools coming, so we'll have more batteries. And yeah, so that's hung up nice. Mud flap weights, the new tail lights. Now we didn't get a package yesterday. I'm gonna be separating this airline into 2. Come up here, look at that. These actually kind of match the fender flares. You can look at the inside color and they match the flares perfectly. So I think they look nice. All right, so I just put, what's that, 18 volt? I don't know if I can show you actually. Just put new motors, new axles, new everything with 18 volt Milwaukee.
That's crazy.
And New axles. New, let's see, hold on. New clips. So, all right, do your wheelie. But we had one shatter today. All right, here it is. Figure I'll stop now. Gonna get everything looked over, make sure the tires are good. Things look awful. But, all right, boat. All right, so while I'm out here playing around, I started out, there's only one hole. The, how in the, oh, good God. Through. So kind of cool that I was able to do that. So something to make mention of, this has been a sale here. That guy's gonna need to get a new one of those, possibly. And then the windshield. So I didn't realize just how big this boat actually was. Back here somewhere. A lot of burnt Dodges. There's a burnt Ford too. See a couple ranch hands I'm eyeing up. Let's see if he can get that out of the way. Alright, here it is. Got it wrapped. Gotta figure out how to get this thing. Oh, it's got A flat. Gotta figure that out. Okay, so I threw some straps around it. There's 3 of them going around because there's a couple doors, and then there was some plastic hanging. Gonna have to deal with this sharp edge at some point, but I got a strap this way so nothing here comes open. There's a big door here, and then there was some plastic drooping. I'm gonna get this tire changed because I tried to fill it. It didn't work. So it does have a spare. I gotta figure out how to release it. I'll have him change the tire out. So when I get home, I need to go grab the correct socket. Oh, wouldn't you know it, it actually has working lights. Look at that. You know, most of the bulbs in it work. Do we have tail lights? We have lights up top. I gotta figure out where the tail lights are at. Oh, all right, so we got a welder coming out. We're gonna try to get this whole piece here replaced, and I have it only gonna be a day. Here's the tire that blew out in this thing yesterday, so we're gonna drive at night after I pull it straight. So customers just using it for parts and whatnot. So I see a welder going. As we are getting ready to send this thing, I wish I would have brought a come along because I would have been able to pull that not that bad. It's not that bad. We got lights, we got all the lights, tires yet, pulled in backwards. We got plate and lights, all that. So it looks worse now that the wrapping came off. Oh, for what it is, I got it for $293, I think it was. So this thing's, and this is here why 4-wheel drive is necessary. Stuff back. Alright, we're hooked up. Oh, here she is. Alright, so answer me this. I got a few people bitching about the truck and, well, there's the trailer. All right, we got a 20-footer. I kind of want to weigh this thing, but don't worry, it's only a 17,000 GVW for when the container goes on, so you don't need to, yeah, and see this will roll on the ground. So you don't even need to get out and strap it. These will auto lock, all good, you're ready to go. Unfortunately, shitty. They are oil hubs, which is fine. I don't have a problem with them on dualies, but it does have the plastic caps. So